All right, welcome to the World of Thunder. It's the Sprint Cars, the 410 Sprints here live on Ultimate TV here at Knoxville. And we are going to have one heck of a race here. Let's take a look at our point standings here in the Sprint Car division. It is Mason Hannigan currently leading the way with 491 points over Mike Keegan, who's got 425. Richie Preston sits in that third spot with 396. James Grace, fourth with 359. David Heileman, 10 points behind him in the fifth spot with 349. Jarrett Bolyard, 333, sitting in sixth. Kevin Hanley sits in seventh with 299. Tyler Ducharme, eighth. Chris Fisher, ninth. And Travis Oldfield rounds out the top 10. We are currently in qualifying mode here at the Knoxville Raceway. And see who gets that top spot. As I believe we got some cars on the racetrack. Drew Neal is out onto the speedway in the number 17 machine. Absolute sponsored car. Nicholas Brooks currently sitting in the top spot. Tanner Tomasi, now Trey Schmidt to second. Richie Preston third. David Hollett now to the third spot. Tim Smith now to fifth. As Nelson Webster now goes to the top spot. Cameron Merriman now goes to the one spot. Rylan Gray to third. David Flick now fourth. Nick Brooks down to the fifth position. 15.302, the fast time so far from Cameron Merriman. Got a good group of cars here tonight as Brian Cross now goes to the fourth position. There's Jarrett Bolyard now onto the racetrack in that number 97 machine. See if those are to a stop as we have a bunch of cars here tonight. You see Mason Hannigan currently on the speedway in that 1X machine. 15.502 into the seventh spot. Alex Robinson in that number 38 machine here at Knoxville. Kendall Tucker now to the top spot. 15.238. Cameron Merriman second. Nelson Webster third. Qualifying is now complete as we have a whole bunch of good drivers here tonight. Take a look at your qualifying results here. We can go ahead and get those up on to the screen. It was Kendall Tucker, your fast qualifier, 15.238. Cameron Merriman second. Nelson Webster third. Rylan Gray fourth. Brian Cross rounding out the top five in qualifying. Chris Nunn here with you here on the broadcast. Brett Wheeler will be here in just a bit. He is taking care of some things on the broadcast side of things as we are going to get set for heat race number 1. Tucker is going to be your pole setter in the 00. Outside him, we're going to see Brian Cross in 78. Number 2 on the inside, Trey Schmidt, 22. Outside of him, Kevin Hanley in the 4th position. Row 5 on the inside, Drew Neal. Outside him, we're going to see Dale Jordison. Row number 4 on the inside, Jeffrey Herrick. Outside of him, Alex Robinson. Row number 5 on the inside, Tyler Matheny. Outside of him, we're going to see Chase Winkles, and starting 11th is going to be Brad O'Brien. So we're going to get set to go here in this first heat race here in the 410 Sprint Cars live on Ultimate Dirt TV. Once again, a great car count here tonight. It's going to be a great race. If you watch the late model shows earlier tonight, if there are any indication on how the track's going to be, you're going to be in for a show. You know, the sprint cars, they tend to draw out a track a little bit easier. But the track held up good for the late models in that last race, so we are currently waiting for heat race 1 to stage. We'll be set to go here very shortly. Again, your current points leader, Mason Hannigan. He was mired back in qualifying just a little bit. Mike Keegan in that second spot. I did not see him in the qualifying rundown, so he may lose that second spot in the points. Did see Richie Preston in there, so things are going to shuffle up in the points as the field rolls down the back straightaway. 11 cars set to go. Looks like 10 made the call. Chase Winkles did not grid, so find out who transfers. I believe going to have 4 heats. top 3 will transfer out of these heat races. As the field paces down the front straightaway here. There you see Kendall Tucker in that Swindell Speed Labs number 00 machine. Kevin Hanley and Trey Schmidt in row number 2. You see Trey Schmidt in that number 12 machine. Kevin Hanley out there in that red and white number 110 machine. Saw him in our Dirty Old Bastards broadcast the other day. He was a top runner as well. There you see the I ratings. Now back to the numbers on the screen there. Keeping an eye on the pace truck here at Knoxville. It'll pull off the speedway. Field is under green flag conditions now as we take the green. Down the front straightaway is going to be Kendall Tucker. Brian Cross falls into that second spot out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, Trey Schmidt into that third spot. Battle for the 4th spot between Hanley and Niels. They go down the back straightaway. Here comes Dale Jordison trying to throw his name into the mix as he's in the wall. As we'll stay green out of turn number 4. It's going to be Kendall Tucker leading lap number 1. Brian Cross in that second spot. Trey Schmidt trying to find a way underneath him as they roll out of turn number 2. Down that back straightaway. Kevin Hanley back there in the 4th spot, watching it happen. Only the top 3 transfer out of these heat races here at Knoxville. Still Kendall Tucker into that 1 spot. Cross and Schmidt still holding that 2nd and 3rd spot as Hanley now to the inside of Schmidt. Trying to get that spot away. Hanley, though, drops back into that 4th spot as they roll out of turn number 4. Tucker still holding on to that lead. Cross and Schmidt still 2nd and 3rd. Remember, only the top 3 transfer to tonight's main event here at Knoxville. Hanley trying to do his best to reel in Trey Schmidt as they roll out of turn number 3 and 4. Hanley's going to go to the low side to try to peek underneath Schmidt. Wasn't able to make the pass happen. He'll try the inside this time. Try to throw a slider. Has to hit the binders. So Schmidt's going to hold on to that position as he roll into turn number 3 and 4 and out at turn number 4. Hanley trying to do his best to play catch-up. He might be heading to one of our B mains tonight. Roll out of turn number 3 and 4. Kendall Tucker has a big lead right now over Brian Cross. The gap is not seeming to doesn't seem to be closing at all between Kendall Tucker and Brian Cross. So we have 3 laps remaining here at Knoxville, here in heat race number 1. You see Cross in that Mobile One sponsor number 78 machine. He's got Trey Schmidt behind him and Hanley. Everything's spread out single file right now. You get these high horsepower wing sprint cars out in open air, and it's over with sometimes if you get a guy out in the lead by that much. 2 to go this time for Kendall Tucker as they roll out of turn number 1 and 2 down the back straight away. Brian Cross way back there in 2nd. White flag in the air as we roll out of turn number 1 and 2. Got a car there bouncing off the infield banking there. I think that was a Winkles as he takes it pit side. Kendall Tucker will take the win out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Brian Cross in that 2nd spot. Trey Schmidt in 3rd. Kevin Hanley in that 4th position. Drew Neal, Jeffrey Herrick, Brad O'Brien, and Dale Jordison will complete the top 8. Tyler Matheny 9th. Winkles 10th. And Robinson 11th. Decisive win for Kendall Tucker here in heat race 1. See the final rundown here in heat race 1. No penalties, no infractions. Tucker, Cross, Schmidt, Hanley, and Neal, your top 5. Then it was Herrick, O'Brien, Jordison, Matheny, Winkles, and Robinson. Ultimate Air TV starting lineup for heat race number 2 on the pole. Going to see Cameron Merriman. Outside of him, it's going to be David Flick. Row 2 on the inside, Devin Butts. Outside of him, it's going to be Richie Preston. Row 3 on the inside, Jarrett Bolyard in 97. Outside of him, Colton Sapansky in number 77. Row 4 on the inside, Tanner Tomasi in the 09. Outside of him, we're going to see Brett Rolls in 23. Scott King and Josh Flood will round out the field here in heat race number 2 in the 5th row. So again, set to take another 5 cars to tonight's main event. Top 3, out of this main event. The rest will go to one of the B main events tonight here at Knoxville. So the field is behind the iRacing Pace Truck down the front straightaway. Kokomo next week, which is going to be a barn burner in itself. So as they say on social media, GYATK, you know what that stands for. Get your A to Kokomo. Then after that, it's the finale at Lernerville. It's going to be happening in 2 weeks' time. Be ready for that. Lernerville, as always, a great racy racetrack. And this one's going to be no different. See what happens here coming out of turn number 4. Pace truck pulls off the racetrack. So we are underway here in heat race number 2. Good start by Devin Butts. Already up into that second spot. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. David Flick falls back into that third spot. He'll try to look underneath Devin Butts into turn number 3. He'll try to throw a slide job in front of Butts. They make contact. Butts gets sideways. Almost goes around. And we got a couple of cars upside down. It is Brett Rolls and Colton Shapansky. Tanner Tomasi also involved as well. So we got one stuck in the fence. Looks to be Josh Flood's machine as we stay green. And he is still stuck in that fence. And he finally blinks out there as the field goes around. Cameron Merriman in that first spot. David Flick as security has finally let Brett Wheeler into the booth.
Now, I tell you what, you think I've been here enough times, you think they would have known me by now, but tell you what, hats off to Jimmy, the security guard. He just didn't want to let me in, but I had to go back and get my pit pass. But anyhow, heat race number 2, we're back underway. Well, I'm back underway. As Cameron Merriman, David Flick, Jared Bolyard, top 3 going through to the main event. Richie Preston back there in 4th as Bolyard works low through 3 and 4. Preston in that Jessup Logistics number 25 machine. He'll get a run on the top side. Let's battle on for the final transfer position.
Bolyard and Preston. Preston sitting in the point standings in that 3rd position. He's trying to find a way to make it into the show tonight without having to go to one of the B mains. So he's going to have to get on the horse as we head into turn number 3 and 4.
And Cameron Merriman, he is just absolutely superb right now. He is certainly been one of the quickest cars for quite some time, especially when it comes to 410 Pro, like the Pro Series and stuff like that. He's really had a shake of things up. He's been absolutely dominating in the Dirty Old Bastards competition. Now, you know, we get to seeing what he can do here with World of Thunder as he leads 3 to go.
3 laps remaining, as you said. They roll out of turn number 3 and 4. Cameron Merriman has a pretty good lead right now over David Flick. I'd say about 4 or 5 car lengths. Jared Bolyard trying to hold off Richie Preston for the 4th position. Scott King sitting in 3rd. They'll get the white flag as they come around this time by. And Merriman, we got way up there in the loose stuff.
As again, just trying to find the quickest way around. He's already got about 6/7 of a second lead. In fact, it goes out to nearly 9/10 of a second, down into 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag is out, and we finally get to see what he can do here. Cameron Merriman gets the win. David Flick going straight through to the main event as well. Jared Bolyard, he holds on to position number 3. Richie Preston home in 4th. Then we go back to Scott King, rounding out your top 5. Brett Rolls in 6th, Devin Butts 7th. Josh Flood came home in position number 8 after going upside down, stuck on the catch fence. Colton Zapansky and Tanner Tomasi. The top 10 there in heat race number 2. Heat race number 3. Let's go trackside. Take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. On the pole, we're going to see Nelson Webster. Outside of him, currently leading the point standings, it is Mason Hannigan in 1X. Out of position number 3, that'll be David Hallett. And on his outside, Timothy Smith lines up out of position 4. Row number 3, got a pair of Prestos. It's John on the inside, Anthony on the outside. Then we go back to the 4th row, inside position 7. That'll be Wyatt Brown to the outside. It'll be Jared Shipley out of position number 8. Row 5 on the inside, Brody Sim will start 9th. Outside of him, we're going to see Devin Patterson in T6. So heat race number 3 here at the DirtFan.com 410 winged sprint car series tonight from the sprint car capital of the world. And this is our second last broadcast for today, depending where you are around the globe, whether you're staying inside or whether you're out there protesting. You never know. I've seen some strange things here in the world.
Or unless you're watching us live while protesting.
That's just true commitment. If there is someone out there, I'd probably actually laugh at that. I don't know what they're protesting, but also there's just a protest going on.
Watching the racing while you are standing face to face with a police officer.
Yep, just let him know. Hey, listen, this is what you should be watching. Maybe they're protesting not watching Ultimate Dirt TV. What do you reckon?
Hey, you never know.
There you go. There you go. See, we come up with some strange things here. There's heat race number 3 of heat 3 of 4. He's on the racetrack right now. Is Nelson Webster, Mason Hannigan. In fact, Nelson Webster picked up a podium. I think it might have been yesterday. I think I seen him run. There was $1,000 to win. Well, 410 Sprint Car show here at the Knoxville Raceway. So some of these drivers have certainly got their cars already dialed in for the feature, but they've got to get there. As heat race number 3. We are started. Nelson Webster leads 3 car lengths over Mason Hannigan. Then you go back to David Hallett, followed by it is John Lepresto and Tim Smith back there in position number 5.
Keep an eye on that 4th spot. John Lepresto trying to find a way to get underneath Hallett, and Lepresto got freight trained in turn 1 by Timothy Smith. He went full bore into the rear end machine of the 71. Now Lepresto is going to go to the inside. Smith trying to find a way around, just can't quite do it. Look out, Lepresto cut into Hallett, and now here comes Smith to the inside of Lepresto.
Yeah, he'll move up to the top side in the middle of turn number 3 and 4. Lepresto coming back on the inside. Give it, man, that was close. I'm going to give that one to Timothy Smith. There goes Lepresto with a slider again. Hallett, man, you can almost say he almost caught that inside berm on the exit of turn number 2. Again, he'll slide to the cushion in 3 and 4, and well, I'd like to say that the fastest line is the top way around, but these drivers being able to put some sliders on each other, they are certainly making the bottom side work, as there goes the slider, and Smith had to jam the brakes on and turn it underneath him.
Wow, good racing here in heat race number 3. They are dicing it back and forth, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. As Hallett trying to hold off Lepresto. Now Smith and Lepresto going at it back and forth. As for that 4th spot, out front, it's still Nelson Webster, Mason Hannigan, and David Hallett rounding out your top 3.
Yeah, Hallett in that 3rd and final transfer position at the moment. And again, he is about 5/10 of us, about half a second off your second place driver of Mason Hannigan, the Black Diamond Motorsports number 1X machine. But it is the Tony Stewart Racing 15X the 15W of Nelson Webster, who has led since the drop of the green flag. A very good qualifying effort, 3rd for that driver. And again, he picked up a podium yesterday, I believe it was, in the money race here at the Knoxville Raceway. But he'll look to lead and look to continue his dominance here in heat race number 3.
Seems like these drivers like the bigger racetracks. You notice that the smaller racetracks, our car counts were down. And we have a very healthy car count tonight on the bigger racetracks at Knoxville. Why do you think that is?
A lot more room. Just a lot easier to get around.
Final time into 3 and 4 for Nelson Webster. Out of turn number 4, he'll take the win here in heat race 3. Mason Hannigan comes home in that 2nd spot. David Hallett 3rd in that final transfer position. John Lepresto 4th, 1 spot out, looking in.
All right, we're going to bring up those heat race number 3 results here in a second, just to confirm that there has been no post-race penalties, but Nelson Webster, Mason Hannigan, and David Hallett, the top 3 that will make the show as heat 3 results. That's no change for the top 3. John Lepresto, Tim Smith, Anthony Lepresto, Brody Sim, Devin Patterson, Wyatt Brown, your top 9, and Jarrett Shipley home in position number 10. That is heat race number 3 done. And our 4th and final heat race coming up next as we take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
All right, it's going to be Rylan Gray on the pole. Outside of him, and row number 1 got to be Nicholas Books.
Second row inside, that'll be position 3. That'll be Mike Keegan. He lines up alongside James Grace out of position 4.
Row number 3 on the inside, Clayton Tilley out of Australia. Outside of him, we're going to see Jordan Moses.
And position 7 is going to be Miles Jansen. Dominic Gordon lines up out of position number 8.
And in row number 5 is Cameron Grant on the inside and Alan Bergen rounding out the field here in heat race number 4.
Yes, another final 10 laps on the... Someone just spun out.
Spinning out on a parade lap.
Dominic Gordon. I think it's already time for him to give it up. How do you spin coming out of pit road?
That's a good question.
You just know that car is trouble already.
Jump the gas and go right out of pit road.
You just know when people drive like that they're going to be involved in an incident. Lap 1, turn 1.
So you think that's what's going to happen?
Spun out on the pace lap.
We'll see.
Spun out coming out of the pits and driving like an absolute clown. Just like he's the only one doing it. Just hold a consistent pace. Maybe a 410's too much power. Maybe he needs to go back to the 305s.
See him gunning it there into the pace lap there. I think he's trying to pop a wheelie. See what happens here as the pace truck pulls off the racetrack. Rylan Gray is going to lead him down out of turn number 4. He'll take the lead down the front straightaway as taking a look at Dominic Gordon's machine down there. He made it through turns 1 and 2. Never mind. I lied. He just wadded up 4 cars.
Okay. Well, look, my lap 1 prediction was spot on.
Easy. Anybody needs lottery numbers, call Brett.
Look, I'm not 14 hours ahead for a reason.
Rylan Gray still up front. Nick Books in that second spot. James Grace and Miles Jansen rounding out the top 4. Only the top 3 go to the feature.
And Rylan Gray in that 06 machine. That's the black, blue and white number out in front, just the bottom of your screen now to the right is the 37. That is Nicholas Books in second machine. Then you go back to James Grace, who sits on the bubble. And again, he's got no pressure from behind. He is about a second clear of Miles Jansen as Grace put the slider there on Nicholas Books in 3 and 4, and it paid off.
It did. Now put James Grace out of the second spot. Books trying to throw the slider back at him as they came out of turn 1 and 2. He was not able to make the pass stick. So James Grace will hold on to that second spot.
It's all Rylan Gray out in front at the moment, coming up to a lap car that is upside down and flipping. That is Alan Bergen in the 35 machine. This is a real ugly heat race. Miles, that's Jordan Moses, in fact, upside down as well. He's just, in fact, come out from pit road. So, not a happy hunting ground at the moment for these drivers in Heat 4, as there's Mike Keegan just on survival mode at the moment.
This may be a race where you're left standing by process of elimination. We got 4 cars out of the 10. Gray, Grace, Books, Jansen, Grant, and Keegan.
You know, you can't even blame it on the track, because look at how much moisture there is still in this racetrack.
There's a lot left. I mean, usually with these wing sprint cars, it dries the track out a lot quicker. And here comes Keegan losing some positions here, or he's going a lap down, looks like. Yeah, that's unusual to see, too.
Yeah, well, that car is probably a 360 right now with no front wings, so especially that'll definitely affect the horsepower of that race car. Final time, heat number 4, Grace and Gray nearly come together, but Rylan Gray going to be victorious here in heat number 4. James Grace home in second. Third is going to be Nicholas Books. 4th will be Miles Jansen. 5th is going to be Cameron Grant. Mike Keegan home in 6th, a lap down, and 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th all finishing on pit road or worse. Alan Bergen, Dominic Gordon, Clayton Tilley, and Jordan Moses to wrap up heat race number 4. So heat 5 is going to be skipped. The B main number 3 is going to be skipped. So just 2 B mains on the program for tonight. And again, just to make sure there's no post-race penalties. Nope, hasn't changed. Gray, Grace, and Books making their way to the main event. B main number 1. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. So let's take a look at how they line up.
On the pole, we're going to see Kevin Hanley. Outside of him, John Lopresto.
Drew Neal going to start at a position number 3, and Timothy Smith lining up at a position 4.
Row 3 on the inside, going to see Jeffrey Herrick. Outside of him, we're going to see Anthony Lopresto in the 6th starting position.
Brad O'Brien will start position 7, and Brody Sims starting position number 8.
Row number 5 on the inside, going to see Dale Jordison. Outside of him, Devin Patterson.
Tyler Matheny at a position number 11, and at a position number 12, that'll be Wyatt Brown.
Then we are going to see Chase Winkles in the 13th starting position, and Jared Shipley starting 14th on the grid.
The first time I seen Chase Winkles, I thought that had to be a dud name. Never, like, and again, I've seen a lot of races, and a lot of names you get familiar with, and oh yeah, I've seen him around, I've seen them around, but
now, as I was watching on the live stream earlier during one of the late model races, I saw a name. It was Race Control. What was up with that?
That was Steve McMillan.
He was racing, huh?
Yes, he was. He ran the Pro late models.
Well, how about that?
Well, this will tell me why. I don't want that. I want car license. Where are you, car license? I see you here somewhere. There you are. So C-Class license, 1500 I rating. But again, I rating means nothing, We got drivers that are very good in league races, but yet have a low I rating just because they don't do official racing. So, look, I rating is just another number.
That is correct. Pace truck pulls into the infield. We are underway. Top 5 go to tonight's feature here in B-Main number 1. And Kevin Hanley's going to take the lead out of turn number 1. Down the back straightaway, Drew Neal in that 2nd spot. Lopresto, Smith, and O'Brien is falling backwards fast as we have got caution on the speedway.
Well, unfortunately, it didn't take long as Brody Sim, I believe, had crashed along with Anthony Lopresto. Let's take a look. The Wicked Cushion instant replay. So we see that 04 machine. So what happened? Lopresto into the wall. There goes Sim. Lopresto goes upside down. And well, used to it. So quick caution in B-Main competition now, unfortunately for these drivers. Yellow laps are counting in these B-Mains, so they pretty much lose 3 laps of this B-Main.
It's going to be a wild affair, I believe, for that 50, or for that
I have no idea.
For the 5th and final transfer spot.
Yep, I think we're looking at a 30-lap main event, maybe 35 we might be able to get away with. You're doing the same thing as I'm doing. You just keep getting messages, right?
I'm telling you what, my phone is blowing up.
Too many protesters, or
no notifications?
Yeah.
You gotta load notifications.
So we are under yellow flag conditions here in the sprint car capital of the world, the Knoxville Raceway, for the DirtFan.com 410 Wing Sprint Car Series, and the last race for tonight here at Knoxville for DirtFan.com and World of Thunder Racing League. Next 2 weeks, we travel to Kokomo and Lernerville to wrap up the season. Kevin Hanley, he jumps on the gas. We're back under green flag conditions here at Knoxville in tonight's B-Main number 1.
And I am excited for that Kokomo event. Top 5 changing positions now. Jared Shipley got around Patterson. Matheny got around Patterson as well. We got one on the wall. It's Patterson. And he is going to lose some wholesale positions as Jared Shipley now holds that 5th and final transfer spot. He's got Wyatt Brown behind him.
Wyatt Brown now, here comes Matheny down to the inside with a slide job on Wyatt Brown. Brown keeps the foot in the bucket and stays on the outside. And now he'll look to dive it down low, down into turn number 1 and 2. Slide job for 5th, and there's contact. Then we got one upside down, and that is Jared Shipley.
Tough break for Shipley as he was running comfortably up front. Staying green, though. Hamley, Lepresto, Neil Smith, and Wyatt Brown.
Just keeping an eye on Drew Neal right now in that 19 Designs number 17 machine. He's got some pressure right now from Timothy Smith. The Smith throws the slider down into turn number 1 and 2. We're looking at 3.5 to run as Kevin Hanley going to lose the race lead to John Lepresto in car 71. And boy, here comes Timothy Smith in the 20, well, not the 24, is that the 50 machine I can see? My eyes are bad and I've got a screen right in front of me.
Smith and I believe Hanley as they make contact. Oh, look out. And that's a tough break right there. Both those cars running comfortably in the top 5 as we got, oh my God, carnage and mayhem on the front straightaway.
This is, we are going to go yellow, and we've seen that happen as Smith and Hanley come together in turns 3 and 4, and then Smith got absolutely pile driven now in that final turn out of turn number 4, which that will set us up for a green-white checker. It's always loving a bit of controversy here.
That was a tough break for those two drivers. They were running comfortably inside the transfer positions.
It's amazing what a mentality will do to someone. I mean, realistically, yeah, they all want to win, but think about it this way. You're in a transfer spot. You just need to make the show. And then that happens.
And you get caught up in a mess.
Uh-huh. Yep. Sometimes I just don't understand it.
John Lepresto is going to be sitting in the pilot seat now in that 71. Drew Neal, Wyatt Brown, Dale Jordison, and Brad O'Brien. Those are going to be your top 5 at the moment. Once again, only 5 cars transfer on to tonight's main event out of both B main.
It's going to put us into a 22 car field for tonight's main event, and tell you what, looking forward to it. Looking forward to the track really starting to slick it off as well.
Track definitely going to slicken out and widen out as the track goes on. So I mean, if it's close enough racing, you're going to see a slide job fest here in the feature.
Not wrong as the green flag is going to fly once again. A green-white checker to conclude B main number 1 here at the Knoxville Raceway. Jordison now under pressure from Wyatt Brown and Brad O'Brien as well. That is 3rd, 4th and 5th that are pretty much on screen, along with the 17 of Drew Neal as the white flag flies, Chris.
White flag final time around down the back straightaway. John Lepresto, Neil Jordison, Brown, and O'Brien right now your top 5. Final chance to make it into the show here out of this B main. One right in the wall. It's not going to affect anything in the top 5. Lepresto, Neil Jordison, Brown, and O'Brien going to be your top 5 transferring into tonight's main event.
Yes, we'll bring up those results officially here as Kevin Hanley was that car that was stuck in the fence in turns 3 and 4. Had contact, I believe, with Patterson. I'm not sure what happened, whether that was a straight line or whether it was just a case of catching the inside berm and then moving that car, his car moving up the racetrack as your B main number 1 results coming up on screen. Lepresto, Drew Neal, Dale Jordison, Wyatt Brown, and Brad O'Brien. The 5 confirmed star finishes going through to the main event. Let's take a look here at our Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for B main number 2.
Richie Preston going to be your pole setter. Outside of him, we're going to see Miles Jansen.
Scott King will start position number 3, and Cameron Grant going to start position number 4.
Row 3, Brett Rolls. Outside of him, we're going to see Mike Keegan.
Devin Butt starts position 7, and Alan Bergen starting position number 8.
Josh Flood will start in the 9th position, and outside of him, we're going to see Dominic Gordon.
Colton Zapansky will start position number 11, and Jordan Moses will start position number 12.
And in 13th position, you're going to see Tanner Tomasi. Outside of him, Clayton Tilley. Rounding out the field, we're going to see Alex Robinson.
All right, B-main number 2, cars. Just waiting for the cars to roll off here from pit road, and looks like we are missing a couple of cars in this one. Yes, that is Preston Jansen on the front row. That's Cameron Grant. Scott King, Mike Keegan's out there. Jordan Moses, Brett Rolls, Clayton Tilley's out there. Devin Butts, Josh Flood. Looks like Dominic Gordon, along with Alan Bergen, Colton Zapansky, and Tanner Tomasi. They did not make the call. So 11 cars and 5 are going through.
It's going to be... I'll take Richie Preston for the pole on this one.
You actually read my mind. I was just about to ask you, who do you like in this one? I'm going to go with Mike Keegan. I reckon position 5. He is position what is now going to be 6. He's going to be every bit of a chance, just because he's got something to prove. We all know what kind of race car driver he is. He's a very good one at that. But he's just going to want to get up on the cushion. He's going to want to let this thing, the right rear, just eat into that cush.
This heat race definitely not an indication on how good of a driver he can be. He is a very, very capable, very good race car driver, and he is going to be out on a mission here.
B-main number 2 is underway. Richie Preston going straight to the top side into turn number 1. Then you go back to Scott King, Miles Jansen as Keegan. He was down low out of turn number 2, so bit of a surprise, but now he'll go back to the top side into turn number 3 and 4. Now the battle is on between Devin Butts and Brett Rolls. Devin Butts now moves into position 4, and here comes Keegan.
Keegan on the bottom of the racetrack as they roll down out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3, Keegan going to try. Him and Brett Rolls are going at it as they are not single file, they're double file. First through 6th. So we got a good one brewing here as Keegan now all the way up to 4th.
Yeah, Jordan Moses, in fact, just got into the rear Nerf bar there of Scott King. As King now going to dive from the top to the bottom side, is now watching Devin Butts and Mike Keegan. They're going to continue to go side by side, one upstairs, one downstairs, through turns number 1 and 2, and Keegan going to have position 3 momentarily.
Keegan absolutely on a roll right now, trying to catch up throughout the field as they roll down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Preston still out front, Jansen, Keegan, Butts, and Flood as they trade at that 5th spot. Now King to the 5th spot.
Now this battle for positions 5 and 6 is on, because it is the battle for that transfer spot and that Flood Racing Components. Number 7, normally runs the number 7, but got the 29 on that car. He is into position 5, and well, he's going to have to make a quick trip. I think he's going to jump on the World of Thunder jet plane after this, and he's going to head out to Lanier National Speedway and put a 360 in that bad boy.
Hey, I mean, anybody can get on that airplane. It's big enough. And, Steven usually, foots the bill for gas and all.
All right, battle on for 1, 2, and 3 positions right now. Richie Preston holding on to the number 1 spot. Miles Jansen running in second. He'll look to dive down low down into turn number 3 and 4. Oh, no. Was not clear, and Jansen feeds Richie Preston. And that will give Mike Keegan the race lead down into turn number 1 and 2. But here comes Devin Butts working the low side.
Butts trying to make his way through. What a tough break for Richie Preston. He was, he's in the point standings. He's in the points right now. He is not going to make the show right now. So that's a tough break for him. That's going to open it up.
Oh, it's looking like that he will not transfer. But again, anything can happen here in these final couple of laps. Is now Devin Butts coming after Miles Jansen for positions 2. Butts continues to work low through 1 and 2, and again got that car set up for the bottom side of the racetrack as Jansen now falls back to third. Fourth right now is the battle between Scott King and Josh Flood. And Richie Preston back there in sixth, but he is some ways away with the white flag out.
Time in this B main event, Mike Keegan still out front. Devin Butts in second, Miles Jansen, then Josh Flood. Here comes Keegan out of turn number 4. He will be your winner. He's going to go to the show, as is Devin Butts, Miles Jansen, Josh Flood, and Scott King. Going to get that 5th and final transfer spot.
You got to wonder, is there going to be any post-race penalties for Miles Jansen? Will the race control just leave that alone? But yeah, the way that sort of I seen it is that he wasn't clear. So yeah, he's got to make sure that he's clear on the side and no post-race penalties. Jansen going to finish third, Devin Butts second, Mike Keegan first, and Josh Flood and Scott King all going through to the main event. Unfortunately for Richie Preston and Jordan Moses and everybody from 8th on back, Alex Robinson, Clayton Tilley, Brett Rolls. And that was it. Oh, no, Dominic Gordon actually came out onto the racetrack after after missing the start. So anyhow, we'll take a quick break and come back on the other side of this. You're watching the DirtFan.com 410 Winged Sprint Car Series live from the Knoxville Raceway. We'll play the American National Anthem and then a few short breaks.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
On behalf of the World Under iRacing League, Daniel Passmore, BJ Duvall, and myself, Stephen McMillan, we want to thank the people working the front lines to serve our hospitals, our grocery stores, gas stations, first responders, and military personnel. Remember, it will take every one of us to get through this pandemic. Continue practicing social distancing, and together we'll get through this. God bless each and every one of you. And we hope you will tune in every Sunday night for the DirtFan.com iRacing series live on Ultimate Dirt TV.
Hashtag justice for Preston. Good evening, race fans. Welcome back to Ultimate Dirt TV's coverage of the DirtFan.com and World of Thunder Racing League 410 Wings Sprint Car Series. Tonight here we are at the Knoxville Raceway. Brett Wheeler joined alongside Chris Nunn. As Chris, we are getting set for our 30-lap A main event, and it's time to take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid, starting from the back.
And starting 22nd, we are going to see Scott King. In 21st position is going to be Brad O'Brien.
Josh Flood going to start position number 20 to his inside. It'll be Wyatt Brown out of position number 19.
And starting in the 18th position is going to be Miles Jansen. And starting 17th, we're going to see Dale Jordison.
Devin Butt's going to roll off out of position 16, and Drew Neal out of position number 15.
And row number 7, starting 14th, is going to be Mike Keegan. Outside of him, it's going to be John Lepresto.
Then we go back to position number 13. I'll go there first. No, you just did 13, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, so that means it's going to be position number 12. I might need to learn to count. Nicholas Book starts position 12. David Hallett out of position number 11.
10th position, we're going to see Jarrett Bolliard, and inside of row 5, we're going to see Trey Schmidt.
James Grace going to roll off out of position 8, and the little hurricane of Mason Hannigan rolling off out of position at number 7.
In the 6th position, we're going to see David Flick, and starting 5th, it's going to be...
You're forgetting the invert again.
I forgot the invert, and I didn't even...
Yeah.
Did they post it?
Yeah, it's in the general chat this time.
Oh, they swerved me.
Yeah,
starting 6, it's going to be Kendall.
You.
It's going to be Kendall Tucker and then Brian Cross.
Rylan Gray will start position 4. Nelson Webster out of position number 3.
And starting 2nd, we're going to see David Flick. And starting on the pole, we're going to see Cameron Merriman.
Well, that is your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for tonight's 30-lap A main event. You'll see 35 laps on the board here. And again, these first 5 laps to get those drivers into their correct positions and also fix the little glitch that happens here at the Knoxville Racer that likes to put cars a lap down, or once they are in those correct positions, where we are going to send them into a 4-wide salute. And well, now that we know where the drivers are starting, Chris, I mean, who you liking in tonight's 30-lap main event?
Let's see. Try not to pick somebody like very, very, obvious.
Well, look, okay, let's look at the scoreboard. It's 1-0. 1-0 my way.
I'm going Kendall Tucker.
Yeah, didn't actually think of him. I was telling you that Nelson Webster finished on the podium in that $1,000 the win race yesterday. Kendall Tucker actually won that race.
Hey.
So
looks like I've got me a good pick.
Strippers on him. Well, look, I want to go Nelson Webster. I know he's got the speed, but I'm gonna. And again, like I said, I hate picking the pole cars, but when you put Cameron Merriman on pole position in this field, I think he is certainly going to be one to beat and one to watch. So I'll go Cameron Merriman for our winner. As the drivers are in the 4-wide salute, and I don't have any music playing because I'm an absolute spud and I forgot all about it.
Wide parade lap here at the Knoxville Raceway. 30 laps the distance here in this main event. So we're set for a very, very, very great race. It's going to be a slide jump test.
Yes, it is going to be an all-out brawl in tonight's 30-lap A main event. There's cars coming past, getting set on the lead lap, as the drivers have just been given the 2 to green signal. And we are rolling out of turn number 2 past the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum This is the DirtFan.com and World of Thunder Racing League 410 Winged Sprint Car Series tonight from the Knoxville Raceway. Brett Wheeler alongside Chris Dunn as we get set for the final 30 laps here from the Knoxville Raceway. And after tonight and after this one, there'll be 2 rounds left. We travel to Kokomo and then Lernerville for what should be an absolute all-out brawl. It'll be like a UFC contest. There'll be no holds barred in those final 2 rounds to determine another season champion for the Super Late Model B Series, the Pro Late Model Fixed Series, the Super Late Model National Series, and of course the 410 Winged Sprint Car Series. We're about to drop the green flag this time by out of turn number 4. It's Cameron Merriman and David Flick on the front row here at the Knoxville Raceway. 22 starters in this one. And Chris, we're about to set these drivers loose. It's time to get dirty for 30.
And we are green and underway here at Knoxville. And this is Cameron Merriman into the lead out of turn number 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. It's going to be Webster in that second spot. Flick, Cross, and Tucker out of the 5th position. Contact made back there. They're 4 wide out of turn number 4. Here comes Mason Hannigan to 3rd.
Yeah, he's just straight up on the inside now of Kendall Tucker down into turn number 1 and 2. Cross nearly into the left rear of Tucker. Tucker around the outside of Hannigan now. Meanwhile, here comes Webster. This was the challenge that I was waiting for, and we're starting to get it very early on in tonight's main event as Webster now up on the inside on Cameron Merriman. Merriman still holds the number 1 spot. He'll slide to the cushion out of turn number 2 and get the run down the back straightaway.
Down the back stretch into turn number 3 and 4. Merriman, Webster, Tucker, Hannigan, and Flick, your top 5 as the battle starting to shape up for the lead. It is Webster there for a split second. Merriman back to the point. Now Kendall Tucker trying to sneak his way in down the back straightaway into turn number 3. It is still Merriman, Webster, Tucker, Hannigan. Now Brian Cross into that 5th spot.
Yes, watching Tucker right now working the low side of the racetrack, and this is the kind of racetrack that they would have been dealt with last night in the $1,000 to win, where Kendall Tucker picked up the victory. You see Webster, he went to the top side in turns 2 as the yellow flag is out for the first time tonight, and we have a Wicked Cushion instant replay coming up right now, and I believe that may have been Brian Cross in that Mobile One Digital Alley. Number 78 machine just got into the back of Hannigan, and David Flick came through. Nowhere to go. And Brian Cross going around in front of the majority of the field. Thankfully, there was no further damage sustained to that number 78 machine.
Yeah, luckily he did not get creamed.
And Brian Cross loves to be creamed on the racetrack. Actually has his own Facebook page that he sometimes does the iRacing streams too. I think it's Brian Cross Racing, or Brian Cross 78 Racing. I'll have to get on there and give him a bit of a give him a bit of a stick now and then, but look, he's a good dude, along with most of the guys you see here on the racetrack.
Justice for Preston.
Hashtag justice for Preston, exactly. If you're wondering why, well, he got fenced out of a transfer spot and race control. Boo. See, BJ was quick to I see BJ was quick to play the blame game when we went up there and questioned him to me. He was quick to throw Steve under the bus on that one. Who knows that? Who knows that? They might have missed it.
We gotta throw somebody under the bus. Might as well be Steve.
Yeah, no, I like to throw BJ under the bus first. So, in about an hour's time, we are going to be live for the Wings Only Racing finale. The 360 Wing Sprint Cars at Lanier National Speedway. But we're about to send these drivers back underway for 25.
And turn number 4. We are back green here at Knoxville. Cameron Merriman. Oh, we got contact on the front straightaway. We're going to wad up about, wow, I thought we were going to wad up about 5-10 cars right there on the front stretch. James Grace, though, he was the big winner in that one. He's up to, well, he was up to second. Now he's getting freight train back to 4th.
Yeah, well, that's how quickly Nelson Webster and Kendall Tucker can do it. They can come together on the front straightaway, and then a lap later, they can be in third and fourth, and then half a lap later, they're back into second and third where they belong. As James Grace, tell you what, he has been superb over the past couple of weeks. He's really opened some eyes in that 269 machine again. He just needs to find a bit more speed to catch up to these top guys. But right now, he's hanging with the likes of Nelson Webster, Kendall Tucker. In fact, he just got past there by Mason Hannigan in that 1X machine.
Mason Hannigan has been working his way forward. He's got that left front there on the berm, over the berm, trying to get some traction on the low side, as that's his preferred groove. Merriman and Webster and Tucker, Hannigan and Jordison now up to the 5th spot. Got around James Grace.
Yeah, seen Dale Jordison run that number V55, the car that Brooke Tatnall had ran in the World E-Series Sprint Cars that myself and Benny Bishop covered, as we are yellow 5 laps in again. And I believe if I go back through the timing and scoring screen, we're going to be able to tell you that it was, in fact, Rylan Gray and John Lepresto coming together. Gray got loose, came down in front of Keegan. I mean, that's one way to try and go to victory lane, but that's not the right way. Go back and have a look at how hard John Lepresto hit the fence as well, as that car was. So yeah, just look at that. Look at the black and blue and white car. It comes off the cushion just there in front of Keegan. Keegan had nowhere to go. You see the front end dig in on Keegan's car. That's him getting on the binders. And Lepresto, well, he just ended up upside down, and that was all she wrote.
That is a tough break for Lepresto. He's had a good car all night long.
Yeah, that indeed he has, but unfortunately that'll be the end of him in tonight's 30-lap main event. So it just seems that we're getting 5 laps in and a caution. 5 laps in and a caution. I think so far we've had 2 cautions in this one. I think we had 3 or 4 in the pro late models, and then 1 in the super late model main events. So 5 cautions over the late model main events for the pro and the supers. I didn't catch how many was in the first one. I don't think there was too many, but right now we are nearly halfway in the sprint cars, and we're only 10 laps in. I bet you BJ's loving this one, knowing that how much stick I give the late model guys.
Yeah, I mean, we give them a lot of grief, but sometimes sprint cars, cautions breed cautions in any division. Sometimes you don't see it very often in the sprint cars, though.
Well, hopefully that an off night is not going to happen right now. Timing and scoring coming back up on your screen. The green flag is back out, and Cameron Merriman and the number 33 going to lead us off into turn number 1 and 2 again. Kendall Tucker and Mason Hannigan working low, trying to get by Nelson Webster, but here comes Webster. Back up on the outside, down into turn number 3. Look at them, 2 by 2 for the first 4 positions, and then they're 3 wide behind them.
Well, here comes Mason Hannigan on that bottom of the racetrack, trying to put himself into the top 3 as we roll out of turn number 4. As I thought we were going to lose one there for a second, but nope, nonetheless, we are back. Top 4 cars running side by side. This is a great race here at Knoxville.
Yes, we've got 2 drivers working the low side, 2 drivers trying to work the top side of the racetrack. But now Merriman getting a run on Tucker down the back straight away. Merriman good through the middle, and he'll slide it up again to the cushion. Tucker trying to keep those left side tyres in the moisture. Tucker's still going to lead that lap as we're still going into turn number 1 and 2. They're still side by side. Tucker continue, and look at how much gap they put on Nelson Webster and Mason Hannigan. They're out of picture right now.
Out of picture, Ed, they are. Top 2 cars starting to pull away from that battle for 3rd and 4th as we roll down the front straightaway. It is Merriman trying to find a way to get around Tucker one more time out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway they go into turn number 3. And this looks like Tucker's got the advantage there on the bottom of the racetrack.
That he does, halfway home in tonight's 30-lap main event, and I guess you could say out of sight, out of mind for the drivers of Kendall Tucker and Cameron Merriman. Nelson Webster now cool as you like in third. Hannigan back there in fourth. And now look at Merriman trying a different line down on the low side. It was about mid-track, and we'll see what happens with Kendall Tucker, whether he opts to start on the bottom side or whether he tries to move up and take that line away. And whether that bottom side will come back into play right now, as there he goes, Kendall Tucker. A different sort of groove. He'll go from top to the bottom now for turn number 4. The race is still on between Tucker and Merriman. It's our picks, 1v1.
It's a cat and mouse game here between your top two as they roll out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Tucker and Merriman now both running the high side. Webster has got that third spot comfortably from Hannigan now, as Kendall Tucker continues to roll on in the lead here. Looks like now they switch to the low side. Two distinct grooves, slow in turn 1 and 2, and high in 3 and 4.
Yeah, what they're doing now is they go high in 3. By the time they get to the billboard there, the screen, that's when they start to cut it down, and they drive it down low on the exit of the turn. Tucker just missed the bottom side a little bit there in turn number 1 and 2, and that allowed Cameron Merriman to close the gap. There's just a couple of car lengths between them. Here he goes, watch him. As soon as he gets to the billboard, he tries to drive it down the racetrack, getting a little bit of grip down there on the exit of the turn. That time by, we are 10 laps left to run in tonight's main event.
Laps are clicking down here in this main event. Merriman trying to find a way to get around Tucker. He's closed into his tail tank off turn number 3 and 4. Got to keep an eye on Nelson Webster tiptoeing across the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to throw his name in the hat before this is all over with. Merriman trying the high side. But, man, Brett, you mentioned it, Webster, he is no slouch either. I think he'll be up there before it's over with.
Yeah, he is certainly starting to make a challenge towards the front of the field and trying to catch up to the top two, as the lap car there of Josh Flood just getting out of the way of the leaders there on the back straight on the previous lap. But look at Merriman. Look at the driver. He gets through the middle of turn number 1 and 2. He'll nearly peek to the inside on Kendall Tucker. Tucker's going to shut the door. But look at how fast that 15 machine is of Nelson Webster as we go yellow.
Oh, man. Yellow going to ruin a good race here, as I thought it was going to get really interesting. Wicked Cushion Instant Replay popping up here. Find out what happened.
Yeah, Brian Cross in that Mobil 1 number 78 machine. Looks like he may have gotten together with Devon Butts. Looks like Cross just tried to shut the door going down into turn number 3. And in front of the field, man, everybody taking evasive action to... Oh! Man! Drew Neal did not miss him on that exchange. Ouch. Watch this one for an... Watch this for an onboard shot. Ready? What? Boom.
Oh.
He just says, hello, how you doing, Governor? Brian Cross, he ends up upside down. What about that race for the lead between Tucker, Merriman, and now with this field bunch back up, Nelson Webster? And you've got to wonder, do they have any? Does anybody else, like the likes of Mason Hannigan, Dale Jordison, Devon Butts, Mike Keegan, do they have anything for the top 3?
We're going to find out. That top 3 battle, it was about to get wild, I think, if the caution didn't come out. Man, I think we're still in for a heck of a battle. I think we're still in for a good show here.
Yeah, well, 7 laps left to run, and you've got to wonder now with the restarts being in the leader's hands, how much of an advantage does that give to Kendall Tucker? Cameron Merriman, he is going to have to be on his absolute A game if he's going to have any sort of chance at running down the Swindell Speed Lab driver, and they are looking for 3 for 3 tonight. Green flag is out, 7 to run.
Green is out, 7 to go, as you mentioned, here out of turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway they go. Webster got caught up there on the high side. He's going to have to play catch up again to go down the back straightaway. Seemed like in those long green flag runs he had a run on him, but now this caution flag may have helped Tucker, as Webster tried to look underneath Merriman.
Yeah, just keeping an eye on Webster running that low side through turn number 1 and 2, but now Merriman closing in on Kendall Tucker. Now it's shortening up to a car length. Merriman runs high. He cuts down to the middle of the racetrack and again leaving a lane there for Webster, but look at him get a run on the outside. He pulls alongside Kendall Tucker evenly down into turn 1, but he lost a whole lot of speed as he went to the top side, as he went through the top of turn number 2.
Out of turn number 4 they come. Kendall Tucker still out front. He's got Merriman right there, and Webster, he's right there along with him. Mason Hannigan trying to tiptoe around the bottom of the racetrack to catch up to the lead pack. Merriman still back on the tail tank, and here comes Webster to the inside. He'll try to take second. He's got it, trying to get the 2 for 1. Out of turn number 4, Brett almost 3 wide for the lead.
Man, what a race this is for the top 3 positions. Tucker, Merriman, and Nelson Webster all putting on a show. Now here comes Merriman to the inside. Webster to the inside on Tucker. They'll go 3 wide off turn number 4 for the race lead. Who's going to have it? 2 laps left to run, and Tucker, Merriman, and Webster putting on a show.
And a turn number 2 out of the turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Contact between the top 2. What a move! He'll take the lead away out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Out of turn 4. White flag going to fly this time by. And wow, pit lane goes Kendall Tucker. He is out of this one.
Oh man, you hate to see it for Kendall Tucker, but now Merriman to the inside. The white flag is out, final time. Down into turn number 3 and 4, Merriman driving it in deep as he'll stay locked down on the bottom side of turn number 4. Webster makes contact with Merriman, but Merriman still going to be victorious here in tonight's main event. Holy cow! How about the last 5 laps of what we just witnessed?
So I'm still trying to digest what I just see. Holy cow! How about that move by Webster to keep from plowing into both Merriman and Tucker?
That was unbelievable. What a finish that was in tonight's main event. Let's take a look at those feature race results coming up on screen. Cameron Merriman, your winner over Nelson Webster. Mason Hannigan in 3rd. 4th goes to Devon Butts. Mike Keegan, a stellar drive from Mike Keegan from the back. Well, about mid-pack it was to get 5th. Dale Jordison in 6th. Brad O'Brien in 7th. Trey Schmidt 8th. Jarrett Bolyard in 9th. And Nicholas Brooks rounds out your top 10. And you go back to Ryland Gray, James Grace, David Flick, Scott King, David Hallett, Kendall Tucker in 16th. John Lepresto, Brian Cross, and then Drew Neal, Josh Flood, Miles Jansen, and Wyatt Brown there. The 22 starters in tonight's main event. Whew. That was a heck of a finish. I'll tell you what, we're going to go and chat to 3rd place driver. Chris, I believe you're standing by with Mason Hannigan.
Staying here with Mason Hannigan. Mason, you had a good bird's eye view of that carnage with 2 laps to go. How did you get through it?
I don't know. I was just I was trying to stay, keep up with the leaders and, make sure I was watching them at all times because they're getting really racy there at the end. I didn't know if they were gonna hit each other. I didn't know if they were gonna hit each other or not. There 2 laps ago they hit, and then they're coming to the checker. They almost hit, and I almost thought I had that thing won there for a second, but then they got straightened up, and it was a pretty good race. I had fun.
Yeah, it looked like you had a really good groove on the bottom of the racetrack. You had that thing parked. You get your wheels up there on the curb a couple of times. So was that your strategy the whole time? Just stick around on the bottom and see if it comes in.
Yeah, the funny thing was I was running the top for most of the practice session, and I really didn't think the bottom would be there, so I figured I'd run it there last minute to warm up, and I did, and I figured I'd just stick it around there most of the time at Knoxville. So I really don't feel the best on the top here, so I decided to go to the bottom and figured we could make up some ground, and I did, and kept up with the leaders for a little bit, and then they'd pull away, and then I'd catch back up, and then they'd pull away, and it was a really good race.
Good point tonight for you. Got to be happy with that. Heading into Kokomo next week.
Yeah, that should be really interesting there at Kokomo.
Interesting in a chaos kind of way, or interesting in a good race kind of way, or a mixture of both.
Either it's going to be a really good race and it's going to be fantastic, or it's going to be like a wreck fest server.
No, well, let's hope for the.
Let's hope for the first one. Yeah.
Who you got helping you out as far as sponsors, and who you want to get thanks to?
Oh, Black Diamond Motorsports for sure. FK Rowdens on the side of the car, and everyone that helps out in real life and on sim.
All right, that's Mason Hannigan, your third place finisher here tonight at Knoxville.
All right, well, let's go down to victory lane and chat to the driver that gets it done here tonight. He started on pole with the invert and comes away victorious here tonight. Cameron Merriman. Cam, congratulations on this victory, man. What a race from start to finish. That was a hell of a 30 laps.
Yeah, what a hell of a race indeed. I had no intention of having the pace down the stretch. I knew KT had a lot of pace at this track. He just exhibited it earlier this week, so I wasn't sure how I was going to fare. I didn't spend very much time preparing for the night, and I wasn't quite sure what the track state was going to be down the stretch, and it was burnt to hell, so I wasn't really prepared for that. But it was phenomenal racing. I don't know if KT either drove up the track on me or if he got upset, but I felt like I had position there on the outside down the backstretch with a few to go, and we ended up coming together. And I don't think that he fared too well out of that. So apologies if that's on my end, but it felt like racing to me. So it was a lot of fun racing with he and Nelson, and I think I was fortunate just to come on top of that one.
This racetrack was black slick from top to bottom. You said you wasn't sure on what the track was going to do. It looked like there was a couple of different lines you could really move around, especially when the track gets this slick. You've really got to start to search and trying to find a line that nobody else is running.
I think that point particularly is well exhibited by probably the stretch of like laps 22 through 30 after Kendall had gotten by me, especially 3 and 4. How you navigate that? It seemed to be wildly dominated by how could you get through there, maintain your momentum without having to, make concessions for the guy in front of you. So Kendall was coming in high, just like I was. And then I felt like he was rotating down to the bottom depending on how I was behaving. So I felt rather compromised in that respect. And then I started getting my eyes up in the mirror. I saw Nelson coming, so I knew it was going to get interesting. And then that final caution flew, so I kind of threw a wrench in that whole excitement there. But it definitely is challenging. Some tracks I can just tell you off the top of my head exactly how they progress and where the fast line is. And Knoxville is kind of an enigma in that respect. It's not clear to me where you're supposed to run when the track's completely like that. It seems like you can find pace kind of wherever you're at. When it's this bad, I just kind of trunk the wing and be patient on my right foot and try and keep the RPM steady and just stay away from the guy in front of me. Unfortunately, we got together, but hey, man, that was crazy racing.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations on a World of Thunder at DirtFan.com 410 victory here at the Knoxville race. So before we let you get out of here, Cam, any sponsors, shout-outs, all that good stuff, who makes it happen for you?
I just want to thank all my friends and family that support me on this. And, you guys putting this on. I've never run World of Thunder before, so I'm not keyed in on all who supports this. But, hey, everyone that supports you guys putting this on, you guys do a great job broadcasting and just the whole league in general. That was a cool night, so thanks for having me. It was a good time.
All right, there we go. Cameron Merriman, 1 for 1 in World of Thunder competition. Not a bad way to open up your World of Thunder debut.
Now, let's hopefully he comes back and has some more fun with us here in the next couple of weeks.
Tell you, if he comes back, he's going to be the man to beat. He is just so quick. From what I've seen, over the past, I've seen him in DOB competition. He's just absolutely annihilated the competition. I think there was a time where he went like 4, 5, or even 6 in a row in DOB competition. So, they get the tough guys there as well, and it just goes to show that if he can school the competition like that in 360s, he can do it in a 410 as well.
Absolutely. He knows his way around these places. He's been racing long enough on iRacing. He can get around any racetrack. So like I said, hopefully he comes back and has some more fun with us and be a good time.
All right, well, the DirtFan.com and World of Thunder Racing League has finished for this Sunday evening. However, Chris, I don't know what you're doing, but are you sticking around for the Wings Only 360 Sprint Car finale?
If the pain pill that they gave me at the hospital holds off, yes, I will. Because it's kind of a combination pain pill and heavy dose sleeping pill. So
I wish I could go one of those, but if I did that, I wouldn't have woken up today. All right, well, we might see you there for that one. But again, a big thanks to, of course, World of Thunder iRacing League and DirtFan.com. Of course, big thanks to the sponsors here at Ultimate Dirt TV. Big thanks to, of course, Wicked Cushion, World of Thunder, DirtFan.com, iRace Wraps, ISBC Broadcasting and Critical Hit Baits. On behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV and the management behind the scenes, it's Brett Wheeler signing off, saying good night.